Hey everyone, it is Gills with the Power Talk here inside of Bramlage Coliseum. K-State falls to Arizona State 66-54. 3 in a row, the Cats have dropped. Arizona State was on a 6-game losing streak heading into this one, and Sun Devils get it turned around. K-State, things are just kind of going from bad to worse as Coleman Hawkins, knee injury, is out for this game. Sounds like he's going to be out moving forward for some more time. And Arizona State, BJ Freeman, its best player statistically, scoring wise, was the leading scorer for Arizona State, gets dismissed from the team ahead of this game. And you saw one team, right, kind of rally around that. And I think Arizona State maybe played with a little more fire. And you can sometimes see that with teams that face a situation like that. Sometimes just go out and win, right? And then Kansas State, on the other hand, without Coleman Hawkins, boy, that was not pretty. Real quick here, leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, not just on this YouTube channel, over on GoPowercat.com as well. You can get your first month for just $1. Be sure you're taking advantage of that one and checking out everything that we have to offer over on the website as well. I think there's maybe two different kind of avenues you can take with the Coleman Hawkins absence. And I'm torn on, you got number one, you can look at it and say, yeah, I mean, you lose your probably, one of your best players, if not your best player, right? You lose your facilitator. That's natural for a team to just get thumped the way K-State did here on Sunday. I get it, right? You lose a player like that. We saw the importance of Coleman Hawkins, right? The ball just seemed to stick a little bit more. I know K-State was 19% from 3-point range. Maybe we didn't get the 3-point looks that it wanted. So you can look at it, on maybe glass half full if you want to. And I got to, tell it both ways, guys. I've been critical of Coleman Hawkins throughout the season. I think you've got to be fair. And I mean, Coleman Hawkins is a very important player to this team. And on Sunday, we saw that when this team does not have its $2 million guy, right, allegedly, it struggles. On the other hand, though, it feels like you're seeking comfort, right? It feels like an excuse to say K-State loses just one player. That doesn't mean that everything had to go south the way that it did. I mean, this was bad. This was bad. You lose it by 12. Maybe doesn't appear to be ugly, but K-State goes on a 9-0 run in the last 1:28 of this game. Final score does not do it justice, just how poor Kansas State played in this game. Wildcats led for 29 seconds. From start to finish, Arizona State was the better team. And, maybe some guys for the Sun Devils hit some shots that you wouldn't expect. You can go down the line and maybe, I think Jerome Tang mentioned the game plan, right? He put this one more on his staff than on the players, right? He was pleased with his guys' effort and all that. Maybe just didn't execute the way that they wanted to. But Tang was, as we've heard him say throughout his time at Kansas State, Tang made it clear that this loss was on him, not his players. And maybe that's troublesome, right? If Kansas State's giving its all, and this is what you see, right? Kind of going back to that Coleman Hawkins conversation, right? Like that's alarming, right? So glass half full. I think you can look at it and say, yeah, Coleman Hawkins is a real important piece of this team, and he needs to be on the court for this team to be successful. But glass half empty is that you shouldn't need just one guy to make or break your games, make or break your seasons. And Hawkins obviously playing banged up. Maybe we shouldn't have been so critical of him for what he did on the court or what he didn't do on the court when he was banged up. But again, that maybe falls on the coaches to say, hey, this guy is not good enough. For right or wrong, he's unable to give his 100%. It's a tough one to look at. I see both sides, but goes without saying, you can't play like this and expect to win. That being said, Coleman Hawkins is a very important piece to this team. So those are kind of the biggest, takeaways from this game. It's NCAA tournament, guys. I don't want to hear about that much more. Kansas State is not an NCAA tournament team. Sub 500 now. Not even near the bubble after this home loss to a Big 12 team that had 3 wins, I think, heading into this one. So frustrating. K-State's going to have to flush it, move on, hit the road at UCF as K-State will look to get back into the win column and maybe start up another winning streak as the end of the season nears.